Hello, DigiFam. It is Prodigious, and I'm here to bring you back a little segment I started a while back, and now we're going to occasionally dive back into it. This is going to be an episode featuring Jankrat's Junkyard. And on today's little segment, we have a deck that I managed to throw together, and I have to say, it actually does have some decent playability. It kind of reminds me a bit of Digimon X Antibody. It relies on some option cards. It relies on some tokens. It can do some recovery. But most of all, let's just see if we can teach an old dragon new tricks. Let's get into it. Now, just before we get into it, again, I'd like to remind you that most of you have not subscribed yet. So go ahead and smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and tickle that little bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos when they go live. It really helps the channel grow, and I'm on the long road to 1,000 subscribers. Alright, now, what we have here is we're going to start off with Tokomon from BT14. Inheritable of your turn once per turn. When a card is added to your security stack, draw one. Then we have Patamon from BT16. It can evo on top of our Tokomon for free. Start your main phase and on play. If it's your turn, one of your Digimon may digivolve into a level 4 Digimon card with Angel or free trait from your hand without the Digivolution cost raised by 1. And then the inheritable of when attacking, trash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then I'm running 4 copies of the BT14 Patamon. This is going to be the also favorited one of where at start of your main phase, you get to look at your security stack. You may digivolve it into a level 4 vaccine type Digimon without paying the cost, then shuffle your security stack. If digivolved by this effect, you can place one yellow card with the vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. Inheritable is your turn once per turn. When a card is added to your security stack, gain 1 memory. And then I'm running 2 copies of Patamon from EX3. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow card with Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel, Virtue, Seraph, Authority, Throne, or Cherub other than the 3 great angels in one of its traits, and 1 card with the 4 great dragons in its traits among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. So in other words, it helps you grab anything except for 3 great angels is what the short of that is, along with a 4 great dragons card. Now, I'm also going to run 2 copies of the Patamon from the Star Deck 3 with just a simple inheritable of whenever an opponent's Digimon is deleted through DP reduction, you gain a memory. It won't happen a whole lot, but I feel like this is the next best option. You could also probably go with, say, the promo Patamon that does the DNA thing and searching your security stuff. You could also possibly go with another Patamon that we may get in the near future. But for now, I feel like this one fills the role just fine. Going into our champions, we are running 4 copies of Angemon from BT8. You're going to definitely want this one because of that sweet ability of when this Digimon would digivolve. If you have 3 or fewer security, you get to recover 1. Inheritable, when attacking, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. Then we're running 4 copies of the BT14 Angemon. It has when attacking, by deleting this Digimon, activate one of the effects below, which means you can rather place one of the opponent's Digimon with virus types at the bottom of their security stack, or have an opponent's Digimon get minus 5,000 DP. It also has an on-deletion effect of place this card at the bottom of the security stack. Then if you have a tamer, you may hatch a Digi-Egg in your breeding area. Inheritable On deletion, place 1 yellow card with the vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. So that right there, that inheritable, is going to be a great add-on to this deck. And I'll be getting into that here shortly. Our next level 4 that we're going to run over here, we're going to run only 2 copies of the EX1 Angemon. It has the inheritable of when attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or more security cards, this Digimon gets a plus 1000 DP until your opponent's next turn. Or until the end of your opponent's next turn. Going into our Ultimates, I'm running 4 copies of Magna Angemon Ace. This guy has Hand Counterblast. On play, when Digivolving, if you have 5 or fewer security, recover 1. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for each card in your security stack. Then I'm running 4 copies of Archai Angemon from BT18. He does have a rule trait saying that he is considered to be Angel. He has on play, on deletion effect. You may place 1 Digimon card with the Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angels trait from your hand as your bottom security card. Then if you have 4 or more security cards, add your top security card to your hand. Inheritable is on deletion, recover 1. So this is going to be another great one to aim for to be part of our stack mainly. And again, I'll be getting into that here in just a moment. Now we're on to our big bad boss monsters. Now you could actually play with the ratios a little bit. For some reason, I do like having 4 of Goldramon versus the 2 Goldramon X Antibody. You could go split half and half, but I feel like this is a better way to go. Now what these 2 are going to do for you is, number 1, Goldramon has on play and when Digivolving. You can play 1 Amon of Crimson Flame token, a red Digimon with 6000 DP and Rush, and 1 Umon, a Blue Thunder token, a yellow Digimon with 6000 DP and Blocker. All turns, when this Digimon would Digivolve or would leave the battle area, delete all of your tokens that you created through this effect. If you deleted any of them with this effect, you get to recover 1. So mainly you're going to try and keep at least 1 or 2 tokens out, probably the Blocker. Only block unless it's absolutely necessary. But you'll have the other one to go ahead and be your rusher. Attack. Pardon me. Now we go into Goldramon X Antibody. He can go on top of Goldramon for 2. He has Raid, so that's going to enable us to go ahead and swing into the opponent's unsuspended Digimon with the highest DP. He has when Digivolving and when attacking. You may use 1 God Flame or 1 option card with 4 Great Dragons trait from your hand without paying the cost. All turns, this Digimon gains all the effects of Goldramon in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. So that first effect, we're going to go into some details here in a second about that, on why that is a good combination. But mainly, that second effect means we gain back the ability to go ahead and when we Evo, reproduce our tokens. And then second of all, it also means we still have this ability that says that when anything would make us Digivolve or make us leave the battle area, we delete any of our said tokens and we get to recover 1. So the big thing that you can do here is, if you aim for it, if you get a stack that has Archai Angemon, regular Angemon, just those 2 cards right there. Everything else can be whatever it needs to be. And then you go into Goldramon here, and then even going into Goldramon X Antibody, you will have gotten an extra 2 bodies that you can attack and block with to get some extra hits. You go ahead and Evo, go into Goldramon X Antibody. You pop your tokens if they're still there. You get to recover 1. You now get a new body that has the ability to raid and lets you use option cards when you swing. Not to mention, you reproduce the 2 tokens that you just had, so that way you got brand new bodies to swing with. If that does not open doors for you to go ahead and just quickly end the game right away, I don't know what will. But if for some reason it doesn't, what makes it even better is because you are having Goldramon's effects of when it would get deleted or leave the battle area. All you have to do is make sure you have other tokens you can pop. When he does leave the battle area, like say your opponent does pop him, you pop your tokens. You're going to recover one because of Goldramon's effect. You're going to recover another because of Archaic Angemon's effect. Then, because of Angemon's on deletion effect, you get to place another card with the vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security. So essentially, if you lose your stack, you're recovering 3. Now, going into the rest of the deck, we have Dragon's Breath. It is a 4 Great Dragons traded card. Its main effect is reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 yellow card, or 1 card with the 4 Great Dragons trait among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and then place this card in your battle area. It has a main effect of delay. You may place 1 Trial of the 4 Great Dragons from your hand into the battle area, or trash 1 card with the 4 Great Dragons trait in your hand. If you did, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP until the end of their turn. Security effect is one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7 DP until the end of their turn, then place this card into your battle area. So, first of all, this card is going to help you search for your Goldramon, because everything else can pretty much search your angels and your lower ends. But besides that Patamon that we saw earlier, we don't have a way to help us search for our Goldramon dragon. So what this card will do is it's going to help us search for it, and it's going to help it search for other copies of itself. Once you have it on the battle area, you can go ahead and trigger its ability, and you're not going to so much get the Trial of 4 Great Dragons part out, but what you can do is trash another duplicate copy of Dragon's Breath, or if you're feeling a little risky, you can go ahead and pitch one of your duplicate copies you may have in hand of Goldramon in order to make something have minus 7,000 DP. Now keep in mind, our Goldramon X Antibody is going to allow us to do that while we're swinging, combined with Raid. So if we don't already have enough DP to delete them outright, when we swing into them, we do this little shenanigan and we can lower their DP and make them weaker so that we can hit them, because again, Raid is making us swing into their highest DP thing. And then of course, our other option card of choice here, it does not have the 4 Great Dragons trait in it, and I wish it did. Maybe we might get something else like this later on down the road. But we have God Flame is what this is supposed to say. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP for the turn. Then you may return 1 card with the 4 Great Dragons in its traits from your trash to your hand. So, one option card, we're pretty much using it to pitch itself or something else into trash, so that way we can do its shenanigans from its delay effect. And the other one lets us go ahead and bring back 4 Great Dragon traded cards, such as the other option card or our Goldramon from trash to our hand. So it kind of just loops back and forth into each other. Not a crazy loop, but a loop. And going from there, we're running 2 copies of Physical Training. Help us do a little digging for some tamers or other option cards, and reduces our Evo costs for other things. And then on to our tamers, I'm running 3 copies of the Memory Fixer TK from BT1. You get to look at your security, reveal a yellow card and add it to your hand. If you did so, recover 1. And then 1 copy, since it's all we're allowed to run, of TK from BT14. With the on play, by adding your top security card to your hand, you may place 1 yellow card with vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. And then your turn, when a card is added to your security stack, by suspend this tamer, gain 1 memory. So, It isn't exactly like Sakuyamon X, but I feel like it's close to it in terms of what it can do. Not to mention this one does have a lot more recovery potential than Sakuyamon. But that has been it. That is the deck profile. I hope you've enjoyed this little segment from Jankrat's Junkyard. I hope to have a couple more videos coming every once in a while of stuff like this. And like I said, go ahead and give it a try. See what the meta in your local play area thinks of it. And until then, I will see you next time.